My name is Mark Moss, and I make these videos to change the way you think about money because almost everything you have learned is wrong. Topic of censorship, and specifically around information, but specifically around medical information. A couple things. So I retweeted a thing yesterday, and it was about Google now says they're going to ban everything or stop sending traffic to things that go against scientific consensus. And I've also seen other things that also talk about shutting down doctors who go against consensus. Mm-hmm. And so I just thought, well, first of all, science isn't fact, right? Science is always about
it's more consensus,
right? And but if the Wright brothers would have listened to the consensus, man never would have flown. Mm-hmm. Right. Everybody told them it was never going to be possible, but yet they went out and made a plane and they flew. And so if we're required, if consensus now is fact, then we can never go against that. I mean, what is that going to do to society or progress?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's your definition of consensus too. It's who are you relying on to gather the data? And are you suppressing or censoring other participation in this discussion and dialogue, which is precisely what's occurring now. So, interestingly, many of your readers may not know that I was identified in late July as the number one source of misinformation in the United States, in the world, about the what we're going through now. And because they identified 12 of us, the misinformation dozen we were called. And supposedly there was a dark money group called called CCDH, which is funded by Arabella Advisors, only spun up a year and a half ago. And they came up with this statistic that this 12 people were responsible for two-thirds, Mark, of all the misinformation on Facebook and social media. And when Facebook did their analysis, they said it was less than 1%. Less than 1%. So they weren't, and none of this is a major leading front page article on the New York Times, spread by almost all the major media in the U.S. So I was like vilified, and then CNN had to get in. They did it in a 7-minute expose on me. They essentially. I guess I forget that word. They stalked me at my office and my home, and finally found me at the beach I go to walk on every day. So it was interesting. So anyway, that's been the challenge. And just recently, I think last week, we've never had any strikes against us this year because we don't post anything on YouTube that violates the policy because we know what the rules are. They'll just take us out. So they decided to change the rules in the morning. They said, if you've ever put anything down on vaccines, we're going to remove your site.